Hey, it's time for Financial Focus. Steve Budin, our financial analyst, is here, and we really want to start talking about this, the Supreme Court decision today when it comes to sports betting. A big deal for our state, really Las Vegas in its own, because we're known for the Strip and gambling and sports betting. We were kind of used to be one of the only places that were able to do this.
Yeah, I think it's a good deal, though. I think that Nevada has the expertise clearly in this environment with regulation and running things. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see any of these states that legalize the sports betting. Why wouldn't they call the Nevada casinos, the Nevada gaming operators to help institute a regulatory mechanism to make all this work? The states are clearly eyeing the tax dollars. You know, in the grand scheme of things, sports betting was about $5 billion in Nevada, which is not big. Illegally, there's over $100 billion bet on the black market. So clearly there's opportunities here for everybody. And we're the best at it, so there's no reason why they wouldn't bring us in.
Right. Yeah, I remember talking to an expert in the past when I think it was what Delaware was trying to do or something like that, and they were saying, you know, Vegas is still Vegas.
Right.
It's not. It's going to maybe hurt us a little bit, but people come for everything else and the fun and the sitting with groups of people in the sports book. So, do you think it will hurt us a lot?
I don't. I think it's going to be. I think it'll help us. I think the expertise we offer allows these other states to come in and call an MGM or a Station or William Hill, any of these companies that are experienced with it. You know, a lot of the betting, I think, in a lot, you know, so in New Jersey specifically, there's a racetrack that's really ready to go. I'm not so sure folks are going to go to the racetrack just to make a sports bet.
Sure.
Where the opportunity, I think, lies is in the phone apps and the mobile betting, which, again, we've mastered and we've been using it. It's time-tested, and we can bring the regulatory availability to the states and show how it could be done legitimately.
All right, well, let's talk about our credit score. Apparently, there's been some changes in how our credit score is being calculated. So what do we need to know? Yeah,
good news for anybody who may have had a civil judgment or a tax lien put on them in the last couple of years after the recession. A lot of the credit score calculations are now removing these. So you could see upwards of a 30-point gain in your credit score in the next couple of months. And I always reiterate this, take advantage of your annual free credit report, because if you do have a civil judgment or a tax lien on your credit, that should be removed, and it could help increase your credit score. And that's what determines how much interest you pay on a car loan or a credit card or even a mortgage.
Well, we were just talking about this in the newsroom, and you were telling me when we were discussing this new retirement survey. Apparently, many Americans won't be able to retire. You were saying some people don't have a 401k or they just have about less than $10,000 set aside for their entire retirement. Yeah, this is scary. I read a survey over the weekend, and they said the average American who's over 50, up to a third of them have less than $10,000 saved for retirement. That clearly is not going to get the job done if somebody wants to stop working. And we also did talk about, you mentioned how really easy it is for you to get started. Right. You know, whether you have a 401k available at work, a lot of these plans will let you get started for $1 a day. There are IRAs, there are mutual fund companies, there's all kinds of companies out there that would allow you to get started. And when you think about what you spend $1 a day on, there's no reason why you can't put that aside. Yeah, no, it's a good point. It's a good point. Sometimes when you think simple like that, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. And then in the end, you go, oh, I have all this money at the end of the year, which was easier.
It could be a little bit overwhelming, but if you break it down to that little, you can make it work.
Okay. Hey, thanks so much, as always. We'll be back after this.